the Western Diamondback rattlesnake. Initiates a strike in as little as 50 milliseconds, faster than any bird can consciously react.
Today, it has made a mistake.
The Roadrunner carries no venom, no armor, no talons built for killing. What it carries instead is something the rattlesnake has no way to measure, something that will not allow it to leave. The bird does not charge. It moves forward, back, feint, withdrawal. Head locked. Every step is a question the snake must answer with muscle. A rattlesnake can hold position for hours without burning a single calorie. But this is not an ambush. This is a war of attrition. And in a war of attrition, the one who stands still loses. The snake understands this, and it still has its weapon. A single strike, one contact. 250 milligrams of hemotoxic venom, enough to destroy tissue, collapse circulation, and end any small creature within the hour. The jaw widens with each failed attempt. Not aggression, expenditure. The rattlesnake was not built for prolonged engagement. Every strike contracts muscle that cannot fully recover under the desert heat. It chose this strategy at the beginning. Now it is paying for it. Those who miscalculate rarely know they have done so, until correction is no longer possible. The Roadrunner reads the shift in rhythm. Its movements grow bolder. Strike, reposition, strike again. The snake staggers under the relentless, precisely timed assault. It wants to retreat. There is no retreat on offer. One last surge. Whatever force remains, spent against the grip closing around it. The muscle tension that once launched a lethal strike in milliseconds is now working against it. The bow can no longer draw. The bird moves in. Deliberate, measured. Feet pin, beak strikes.
This is not recklessness. This is the final step of a calculation that began before the fight.
The muscle tension that once launched a lethal strike in milliseconds is now working against it. The bow can no longer draw. Perhaps the outcome was decided before a single strike was thrown, before the snake ever entered the nest. Stone, again, again, no mercy extended. The bird does not leave immediately. Instinct, sharpened by experience, demands a final assessment. In the Sonoran Desert, no threat is allowed to remain. Not even the smallest one. The Sonoran Desert, late afternoon. The nest, still there. What all of this was fought to protect still does not know what happened today. Geococcix californianus, the greater Roadrunner, is not a conventional predator. It carries no eagle's talons, no falcon's dive. What it does carry, legs capable of 32 kilometers per hour, and reflexes sharpened not by genetics alone, but by lived experience. Crotalus atrox, the Western Diamondback. Strikes with a venom delivery system refined over 36 million years. A single bite injects up to 250 milligrams of hemotoxic venom, enough to destroy soft tissue, disrupt blood coagulation, and kill within hours.
Its weapon is absolute, under the conditions it controls.
Evolution did not engineer the Roadrunner specifically to fight the rattlesnake.
But the Sonoran Desert does not ask which species is ready before placing them in the same space.
There is a question this encounter raises, one that has nothing to do with birds or snakes.
Why does the weaker one win? The obvious answers: technique, patience, strategy. Those answers are correct. They are not sufficient. Crotalus atrox held every physical advantage. Superior speed, a weapon that requires only one successful contact.
But it fought for hunger, for opportunity, for something replaceable by another meal tomorrow.
The Roadrunner fought as though there were no tomorrow. Every rhythm, every feint, every calculated strike bound to a single outcome it could not afford to lose.
This is not a story about a remarkable bird.
This is a story about what happens when purpose becomes larger than the instinct for self-preservation.
Not the longest fang, not the largest body, but the one with no remaining choice but to win.
That is the most dangerous force in nature: survival, and the protection of what comes after you. The most dangerous mistake is never losing on tactics.